Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today's March 13th, and right now we're looking at the visible satellite imagery. You can see the state of California here. We've largely wrapped up precipitation across California, a little bit maybe across Nevada, the higher terrain, but there is a thunderstorm chance across Arizona, especially northern portions, higher terrain there. Then we've got an upper level low. It's going to be sagging down south across the region here. We're going to really kick up the winds as we go through tonight into tomorrow morning across much of the state. We'll look at that in some detail, and then we'll take a look to see what this cutoff low here is going to do over the southwest USA. And just a heads up here, risk for sneaker waves has been mentioned here by Eureka National Weather Service. Check it out Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Good to keep that in mind up and down much of the coastline here. And, never turn your back on the ocean. Damaging winds incoming here. So this is tonight through Friday here. Northeast winds, some big gusts, especially across some of the Sierra Nevada. There's high wind warnings in effect. There's wind advisories, some gust of 45, as you can see in the wind advisories in the tan areas here. And of course, you could have some localized power outages out there as well. Watch out if you are driving a high profile vehicle. This is National Weather Service Sacramento. Check it out. Major impacts, down trees and power outages, especially above 4,000 feet there from the north and northeast. And again, late today through Thursday, March 13th through 14th, probably wrapping up on the day Friday. Now, taking a look at San Francisco, just a heads up, again, the wind advisory is there. It does not include the city proper here, but it's pretty close. And a lot of the valley areas, including Stockton and Sacramento, are included in the high wind advisory. This is for Southern California. Big time offshore winds coming here. Look at this, 75 miles per hour isolated in the San Gabriel Mountains, peaking on Thursday morning. I'll show you the weather model maps on that here in a moment. And you can see San Diego, California. Look at some of these gusts all the way up to the coastline here, up into the 60s, the Santa Ana Mountains. Big winds incoming across the higher terrain. Again, watch out if you're driving a high profile vehicle. You might want to put off travel all the way till Friday here, because Thursday morning is going to be absolutely raging wind wise here out of the northeast. Now, damaging wind gusts in the Sierra Nevada. Again, this is for some of the southern Sierra Nevada here. This is Hanford, California National Weather Service. Gust to 75 miles per hour all the way on into Friday morning is when this threat exists. And you can see it does include some of the I-5 corridor here as well. Look at Mojave here, Lancaster, gusting up towards 50 miles per hour. And again, across the desert areas as well. We've been talking about this for the last few days. Look at some of these wind gusts out there. Las Vegas potentially gusting to 50. And you can see the strong north winds here. The Las Vegas National Weather Service with a great graphic here. And this is for Phoenix, Arizona National Weather Service. They're talking about those changes coming up here as we go through next week. There's some precipitation chances of that upper level low spinning over the area, which could include Nevada and California at times. We'll go over that more here in a moment. Looking at 80-meter wind speed on the North American model. So when do these turn offshore? There they go. So that's sometime this evening across the Sierra Nevada. Heads up. And you can see the winds really increase as we go through this evening and tonight across the desert areas. Look at the strong north wind, and then it turns northeast as it comes out to the coastal range here and the transverse ranges and the peninsular ranges. It's really going to be ripping out of the northeast and across the Sierra Nevada as well. And and wind advisories do exist for some of the valley areas also. And there's going to be another burst here as we go through late Thursday night into Friday for some areas central and northern California before we start to relax this gradient as we get on in towards Friday afternoon. But, heads up for this, some strong winds incoming. This is the accumulated max 10-meter wind gusts on the North American model. And I'll just put this into motion and you can clearly see where the strongest winds are going to be. Check out some of the valley areas here, the Bay Area, Southern California. Big winds are incoming here, folks. Look at this, some gusts up to over 70, 75 miles per hour locally across the desert areas, Las Vegas, out into the Mojave Desert as well. Just some big time winds incoming here, but it should be wrapping up as we go through the day Friday. Now, taking a look at daily 2-meter max temperatures here, you'll notice the warm-up coming as well as you go Saturday, Sunday. Some nice temperatures out there, but this upper level low, when it comes and sits over the region here, is going to play some havoc with some of the high temperatures out here, especially across the desert areas in Nevada and Arizona. I'll show you what this low looks like it's going to be doing here starting now. Looking at the North American model, 700 millibar temperatures. Here's California, there's Nevada and Arizona. This is at 10,000 feet. And what I want to show you here is this bowling ball looking feature here, this cold upper level low. It's going to sag down, and it is going to sit right over the top of the region here for a few days. Look at it just kind of sitting and spinning here, and it's going to kick up some thunderstorm potential, especially as we go through the afternoon hours all the way on in through early next week. If we look at the composite reflectivity, I'm going to put this into motion. You can see there is a thunderstorm chance today. Precipitation continuing, especially across northern Arizona. That'll swing through as we go through this afternoon. Probably some prolific lightning producers with that activity. And then we go on into the day Thursday and see some of this activity pop up across some of Arizona again, some of Nevada into California. And then as we go on in through Friday, we're going to do the same thing. You can see the spin in the atmosphere here. And some of these could be locally heavy precipitation producers with some prolific lightning here as we go on in through Friday afternoon. Now taking a look at the European lightning flash density potential. Let's scroll through here. And let's head off all the way into Friday afternoon, and we'll see some of this lightning potential all the way back down into some of the higher terrain in Southern California, even Arizona under the gun, of course, the southern Nevada. And as we go through Saturday afternoon, watch it pop back up again, as you see there. And then we go through Sunday afternoon, it pops back up again there. And then we go through Monday afternoon as this upper level low just continues to be with us all the way on in through Tuesday here. So that'll be something interesting to watch here. And again, probably some very localized hit and miss areas could be getting some heavy rainfall out there. And it doesn't take much to make some flooding concerns out there across portions of the desert, plus some dangerous lightning might be had with that as well. And this is a map I just showed you with the North American, but let's look at the European at 10,000 feet. And you'll clearly see the similarity here with that upper level low just kind of parked and spinning over the area as we go through this weekend. Now, taking a look at total precipitation in inches on the European, you can see northern Arizona getting some of that precip here as we go on into Friday and Saturday. And you can see it does include California, some of the desert areas, southern Nevada. It doesn't take much to make some flooding concerns out there, especially if you get a couple of these storms training over the same area across portions of southern Nevada and some of the mountainous areas there across southern California. So we'll be watching that closely here. We're going to get closer to the North American model, the high resolution, the HER, and we'll be checking out those thunderstorms and their potential as we go on into this weekend, and just kind of looking for the heck of it here at 500 millibars. You can clearly see that upper level low just kind of parked itself over Southern California and Arizona as we go on into this weekend, taking its sweet time as it just kind of hangs out all the way on in through early next week before it finally gets kicked out of the region. 6 to 10 day outlook. You can see above average across a lot of the west here, and they did introduce some of this above average across the southwest as we go through March 22nd, and this is 8 to 14 day here, the above average signal across some of the west, and then we got this above average signal here through March 26th, so that would be good news here for some of the region. Continue to bring some precipitation in through March before we really start to dry out as we go through later into the spring and on into the summer months. And the snow water content, we are doing quite nicely. We are above average here, and we have really just rocked it. That's February 1st there, and look at just this rocket launch trajectory we've been on here with some of these systems rolling in here. Very nice to see that, putting us above average for the entire state there, snow water content. But yeah, anyway, we'll continue to watch that upper level low and see what it does, but watch out for those winds. They're going to start up tonight and then through tomorrow morning. They're going to be very strong across Southern California, and then they start to gradually relax, but it's going to continue on into Friday a bit here for some of Central and Northern California, including some of the Bay Area as well as we go through Friday. So heads up for that, but the winds should be coming to an end as we go through Friday afternoon and nighttime, but be careful out there in the meantime, especially if you're driving some of the high profile vehicles and some of the big rigs out there. But anyway, I hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.